Sorry about that, guys. Camera ran out of memory again. Anyway, so I was saying, this could have killed probably, if this is made to the original style, probably killed lots of German soldiers that fumbled for their pistol. They opened the holster. The pistol was in it. Like this. You can get it in there if it wants to go in. Of course it doesn't. Anyway, so open it up, fumble for the pistol, and oh look, it's stuck. They wonder why the hell's it stuck, and then they get shot. So that's probably why I've heard that quite a few people used to cut these away, so that they would just be able to pull out their holster. I think that was mainly to pull their pistol out their holster. I think it was mainly designed so that people couldn't steal it, but it had the wrong effect of probably killing people. Anyway, so it's got fake stamps, denazified stamps. So it's DVR 942, which means 1942. Waffenamp stamp, WA A 170, P38. Anyway, yeah, it's denazified, I think, so it could be sent to Germany. 2 hoops on the back, exactly the same as with this one. So, yeah, I'll move on to blades now. Here's my hit-the-youth knife. It's out of its scabbard. I did an earlier take and I almost cut my finger off with it. Anyway, so here it is. I've heard from veterans that they used to be allowed to take these from the Hitler-Youth when they moved up into Army SS Luftwaffe. So it says Blut und Ehr, which means blood and honor. That's Hitler-Youth's motto. Got the Hitler-Youth trapezoid here, or diamond, well, I should have said, with the swastika in it in the middle. The only difference is that the only thing that's wrong about this is a late war version. The late war versions never had the motto on, but that doesn't particularly matter. Anyway, so the scabbard has got a loop at the back to fit onto the belt. So, yep, I'll move on to another knife. This is a repro as well as what the Hitler-Youth knife was, also a repro. Anyway, this is definitely a repro, but almost certainly wasn't used in the war because, I mean, the SS were sometimes quite iffy about where they have their wounds put. Anyway, this is probably a replica of something that was probably flogged to Allied troops, but I like to think it's the original style. But anyway, so yeah, that's kind of like a general standard kind of knife. This is Drittes Reich, Third Reich, and so it's made in China, which is funny. Anyway, so yep, I'll move on and show you my bayonet. My Siamese Mauser bayonet, like I showed you before. Now I'll take it out of the scabbard. So, get it out with one hand, and it's my left hand and I'm right-handed. Anyway, so here it is. Siamese were neutral during the war, I believe. Anyway, it's got Siamese characters there. More Siamese characters. I'll just show you this blooming thing at the same time. There's some more Siamese characters. Anyway, so it's got the button at the bottom. You depress that, and then you can, if you see, takes a, it's hard to shape it. Basically, just I can't do it with my flipping left hand. Push it. You see that block moves out, and that basically allows you to remove it from the rifle once you fixed it. So that's basically that bayonet. It's got a little bit of chipping to the handle, which is a real shame, I'd say. But so what? Doesn't matter. It's got this hook just simply because I think of its length. Because if it didn't have it, it would literally the bayonet would do this. Anyway, so I thought I'd mention that with this I had to take off 2 pins here and here that were holding the scabbard together and modify the hole slightly to be able to take this thing, and I kept the 4 pieces that I took off. Let's take this back just to keep them there. So yep, that's basically that. I'll go show you the rifle now. This is my M24 Mauser, deactivated obviously because it'd be illegal if it wasn't. So yeah, here is the bolt. It's bolt action. I have to repaint this because there was a big hole there, and so I had to fill it in with wood filler. I tried to fill in that crack. There's a big crack down here, and I tried to fill that into. It didn't work. Anyway, so I'm going to fix that, and it's cracking a teeny bit up there too. For the price, I can't really complain. It's missing the back of the bolt. It should have a safety here, back of the bolt here. So unfortunately, it will not drive far, but I could probably pick those parts up. And it's also missing the extractor. 5 rounds, internal box magazine. FN Herschel, that's who produced it. Can you see that? Yeah, you see the FN and the small H. And it's got sights range up to, I think it's 22,000 meters. Sorry, you can take this part off after you've basically put the sights up vertically like that. I'm not going to do it because it's too difficult, but and it's shown in another one of my videos. But anyway, it's got an interesting A there. These were supplied to the Yugos. The reason why I got this for my German kit is because these were supplied to the Yugos. Like I said, Yugoslavia, newly formed Yugoslavia. And then what happened in 1934, I believe, was... No, it was 1938, sorry, I believe. The Yugos, they bought up quite a few of the machines that produced these, and they made their own factory, and they produced these in Yugoslavia. So what happened was, when the Germans invaded Yugoslavia in 1941, they captured, I think it was about 200,000 of these, and they then put them to use with Hitler Youth and some regular troops, because they captured thousands of these as well from the Yugos that surrendered. This is an early one, I think it's 1934, 36 dated. So I'll show you the action. Because it's not got the extractor, this part gets in the way a lot, and it's really annoying. I'm going to try and find an extractor for it. But anyway, the bolt comes off by, you do this, and then pull the bolt back. I don't have 3 hands, so I can't. But see what I mean about it? Anyway, so I've got, I think this could be an original sling for it. It looks like it does, it fits. The only difference is it's missing a stud, which go here, and 2 hoops here and here. It's got a metal butt plate, and it looks like it's had a shoddy repair here. It was missing a screw, so I had to replace it. And so yeah, it's missing the sights as well, but so it's over 70 years old, probably nearing on 80 years old. So I'll show you fixing the bayonet now. So, yep, the bayonet goes on the end. So it's hard doing this looking through the camera. And it goes on only this far. It will only go this far because it's a Siamese one. This bit isn't long enough, so it won't go any further, which is annoying. Because if you have a look on the other side, look how far it is from locating. Anyway, so the good thing is the hoop fits over the end of the barrel, and that's all I need. Anyway, I'm not really going to be fixing bayonets at reenactments because, one, it's blooming dangerous, and two, I don't fancy being arrested. So I'll go and put a clip in and show you how the clip works now. Sorry. I'll put the camera down. These are spent cartridges, so no one goes screaming. So they fit in the clip guard like that, and go like that, and then you could either do one or two things: take the clip away, just like that, or you could do what I like to do, which is this. Yeah, it's my K98 clips, but yeah, I haven't got bullets on. These are all FN bullets. Oh, bullet cases, I should say, not bullets. So if you look what it does, it would fly out if I was able to hold it at the right angle and show you at the same time. But anyway, so that's basically it. It won't feed, it won't take it around. Because if you look, I mean, that with the spent cartridges, as far as it will go, it won't go any further than that, and I don't want to force it either, because I could break it. And Mauser cartridges are really hard to come by. So anyway, I'll leave those rounds in there and take them out later. So that's basically M24 Mauser. If you don't believe me about the things it says, should say, the camera's going to focus. It says FN there. Don't know if you can tell it. This is FN. Hands blooming shaking. Like my Gewehr 98 down here, the Germans used to cut holes in captured rifles so they could take K98 slings as well. So I've seen one M24 Mauser that was on sale for on Zib Militaria. It was literally an M24 Mauser, apart from it had hole in the stock and up here and the attachment up here for the K98 thing. I did cut my finger. It's got it sorted out. Anyway, so yep, that's basically that. Now I'll move on to grenades. Now this is the M24 Stillhandgranate, which translates as M24 stick hand grenade, steel hand grenade, I should say. So it's got a wooden handle and metal head, and it says Vorgebrauch Sprengkapsel einsetzen, which basically means insert detonating caps before use. It should have a Waffenamt stamp on there and up here, but it doesn't, so I'm going to paint these on. The original ones, this is a replica obviously, because it'd be illegal for me to own a real one. And what you do is you unscrew this, and once you're done unscrewing this, a porcelain ball will pop out the end. You pull on the porcelain ball and then you throw it. Now, I've heard funny stories of this where the Germans used to booby trap them, and they'd basically remove the fuse. I think, and they were either just remove it or replace it with like a 1 second fuse. So the Allied troops would walk into a town and go, "Oh, set of grenades! I need a grenade to take out this German position." They pull the pin, poof, straight away. They're almost certainly dead, or they've lost their arm, at least. So, yeah, it's pretty deadly. It was the blast wave really that did most of the damage, from what I can tell from research. They also produced one in 1943, which was basically exactly the same, apart from it had a head on it, which had the ability, when thrown, it, instead of it just being the blast wave, it would be shrapnel as well. They copied that from the Americans and the British and the Russian grenades, such as the F1 and the and the pineapple and the Mills bomb. So that's basically that. I got another one of these, but it's being restored at the moment. It's not that good a quality one compared with that one there. Paid about the same price for them as well. Anyway, so they also produced another type of grenade, which was called the M39 grenade, which was exactly the same as this, apart from it had marks here, and it was a smoke grenade. And the reason why it had notches here was so that you could tell the difference at night, whether you were going to lob, or just if you reached down to your belt, you would know that you were going to lob a smoke grenade rather than a real one, because if you lobbed a real one and then ran forwards and got blown up by a grenade, that might be a bit nasty. Or you wasted a grenade throwing it in the middle of nowhere. And they also produced one which is, I think, also called the M39 grenade, but it was nicknamed the egg grenade because it was about that big. I don't have one, but it had a cap, and you had to turn the top, and then you whack the cap, and then you lob it, and then get down, and it goes off. Exactly the same smooth head, as the M24, and so it didn't have as much shrapnel damage as it could have. But anyway, this I think would still give off pretty nasty amounts of damage, seeing as it's got all this wood that would splinter, and when the grenade went off, and fly all over the place. I mean, it'd probably be nicer, but then having burning metal go into you, but I mean, it's still not that nice. Anyway, they also produced another one which is also called the M43, which is also exactly the same as this, apart from combined the egg grenade as well, and it had a top part here, which basically had the egg grenade explosive thing, and so you'd unscrew the top, whack it, throw it. I don't have one of those either, but I just thought I'd mention those. And I've also got, this is the last thing I'm going to show you, MG3442 ammo belt. I know it's got only spent cartridges and there's a big gap here. That was where I had these from. Anyway, the same as it takes the same 8mm Mauser or 7.92mm Mauser ammo as all Mausers, or most Mausers, and that was the beauty because you could be in your section, and you could have a couple of two belts of these you'd have around your neck, get separated from the machine gun. You could just pop some of these off this and use them in your rifle if you needed to, but you might not do that. Just depends on where you were. Also, here it's got a date. This is an original, I believe. Flipping light again, and coordination with the left hand again in trouble. says it's got the RAF stamps. It says 241, which I think means February 1941. RAF stamp again. Like I said before, country AZG. So that basically rounds up my Fallschrimjager gear.
Ich diene dir in Treue, du Frau.